The reason you have to eliminate motivation from your mind and your life is because a lot of the times you'll realize that if you are motivated, you're only one bad thing away from completely falling off of the momentum train or the path that you're on. Because exactly in that, the only reason you are on the path or the only reason you've now decided to commit to doing whatever it is that you want to do again is because you feel motivated, right? There was an interview with Elon Musk and or it was either Elon Musk or Andrew Tate, one of the two. And they said something along the lines of, I would actually prefer to hire or prefer to be or like a guy that already in a way is depressed. Because if something happens, like, say, oh, your car just got hit, the depressed guy's gonna be like, oh, okay, like, it is what it is, because he's already depressed, right? Compared to the guy that's motivated and happy at the moment, you tell him his car just got hit, how is he gonna take the news, right? And so you have to understand, bro, like, the reason you're not able to stay consistent, the reason you have to eliminate motivation from your levels of thinking is exactly that. You're one bad thing away from repeating the fucking cycle of what you've been doing up until this point of life, is starting something, all of a sudden it actually got hard and you got thrown with a problem and then you stopped, right? And so how do you eliminate motivation? The number one thing it was for me is figuring out why I'm doing all of this. They say there's a day in every man's life where he realizes that nobody's coming to save him. And like, dude, as cringy as that shit sounds, like that's exactly what it was for me. There was a day where I was sitting there in my parents' basement. I was like, holy shit. Like, nobody is coming for me. Nobody. My parents are immigrants. I don't have rich parents. I don't have a trust fund. I don't have a college fund. Like, I'm fucked. I have to figure something out. And in that simple fact, and in realizing that I actually want so much more out of life, and realizing that I actually always was a little different to everyone in business ventures and growing up in a business and all these things, I was like, it's time to fucking go. And then what keeps you going is the reasons, again, as to why you are doing the things you are doing. A lot of the times it actually has to be bigger than yourself. Like I said, I realized nobody was coming to save me, but more importantly, did I realize nobody was coming to save my family. Nobody was coming to save my mom. My mom cleans houses, bro. My mom cleans after people. And so that's always just like the biggest fucking reminder to me as to like, I have to do something. I have to make something work so that I can tell my mom she never has to go clean up after somebody ever fucking again. Right? And that's why I don't stop. I don't stop so that I can take care of my family and myself in that process. Right? And then there's also the perspective of like, you have to realize to an extent you have to be selfish so that you can be selfless. Because I always say, right, a man a lot of the times in life, he does everything for everyone else in his life, right? We do this to protect and provide for others. Like, we don't really do this for ourselves in a way, right? And so in that, I've also seen a lot of dudes completely fall off. Like, I see young dudes that are built like they're fucking, 34, 35, in their 40s with 2 kids, 3 kids, and they're 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, or even 18-year-olds. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? But anyway. And it's because they're not putting themselves first. And the reason you actually have to put yourself first and not everybody else is, I always give you this example, if I'm not straight, nobody around me is straight. If I'm fucked, everybody's fucked. And so in simply understanding that I have to be selfish to make myself good and myself straight so that everybody else around me can benefit and everybody else around me can be straight. Right? Because like, bro, if I told you, put everybody else above you and yourself last, you're not going to take care of yourself. And in not taking care of yourself, how the fuck are you going to take care of other people? And that's the biggest thing a lot of men don't understand, is you have to be selfish to be selfless, okay? And so, guys, literally in understanding this concept, you need to dig deep, bro. There were plenty of times in my fucking journey, bro, where, you know, you just get hit with these, you know, these hard lessons and these barriers that aren't easy, or these pills that you have to swallow that aren't easy to swallow. And that's exactly what makes all of this so worth it, bro. Like, that's literally it. This is why I've seen, you know, I've worked with people. I know a lot of young dudes. Everybody says they want it. Everybody says they want to make all this money. And then do I always see when things actually get hard, or when it's time to actually put in work, it's like, number one, they don't do it to the best of their ability. They half-ass everything they do. And then number two, when things actually, like I said, got hard, they didn't even show up for themselves anymore, and then they fell off. And it's like, dude, if you're gonna talk the fucking talk, you better be able to walk the fucking walk, bro. It's like, you really just don't want this bad enough, and you really just haven't been through enough shit. Because for me, it's not like, oh yeah, I kind of wanted to do this, or you know, I feel like, again, it's not like I just kind of wanted to do these things, and I had the option to do them. It's like, no, bro, there is no other option. There's no other way out. Like, if I don't have this level of commitment, if I don't figure this out, I'm fucked. Like, I am literally screwed, bro. And once I realized this, and I started to go more all in into the life I actually wanted to live, right? Dropping out of college, pursuing my actual passions and online business. Dude, like, I always believed in myself, and that's why, you know, I stayed consistent and doing this all for my family. And like, there's just so much that you end up adding to the pit, to the fire pit that keeps you going. And so it's like, dude, when the fire is so big, even if you put water on it, because the fire's so big, it's not gonna turn off. And that's what it is. You have to build that fucking fire so big that you can't let a little bit of a couple of drips of water turn it off for you. Because right now, when you're motivated, it's just a spark. It's the beginning of the fire, literally the beginning. And so any bits of water you pour on that spark, it's turning off, and you're cooked, or you're uncooked. And so you have to get cooked. You got to build the fire for yourself, bro. And so that nothing can throw you off of this path and getting you to where you want to go with your goals. So boys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you took some value as far as understanding why you have to eliminate motivation from your levels of thinking, bro, and your levels of wanting to achieve things in this life. As always, I love each and every single one of you. I appreciate you guys for supporting and tuning in, and I will see you boys in the next video.